Hey guys, my name is Andy K. For those of you guys that don't know, for those of you guys that are returning subscribers, thank you for returning back to my channel. For those of you guys that have not subscribed, come on, it's for free. Please subscribe and be part of the Skeems gang. And today, I don't want to ramble, I just want to get straight into it. Today, I have a new segment, which I've been 8 episodes late, but then it's never too late to try. It's never too late to start a new segment. So today I'm going to be doing the Real Housewives of Durban review. I'm going to be reviewing episode 9 because I feel like I'm way too late. The train has passed me for me to be reviewing episode 1. So I'll just pick off on episode 9 and then we're just going to flow with it. So if you are interested to know my comments, my opinions, me reviewing the Real Housewives of Durban episode 9. Okay, now let's get straight into it. I'm talking about episode 9. So as the episode begins, Sorisha had a yoga session with the ladies. So the ladies were Khomotso, Nonku, and Annie. She did say the previous episode that she wants to host the ladies for a yoga session, and only 3 of the ladies showed up. I think Ayanda did say it's too early. Lakonko, I don't know. Mabusi, I can kind of understand because with all the flack that she's been getting with the girls, I wouldn't want to go to a yoga session too. So I wrote all my notes right here. So if I'm going to be looking down, please bear with me. But who can remember all the details for such a juicy episode? So I tried to remember it all. I'm like, nah, this is not going to work. So let me just write it down and I'll be reading down the points that I made. So KG at the yoga event gives the lady with some sneakers. I think she said she's a brand ambassador or something to do with some company with sneakers. They gift her with sneakers all the time. So Homoto KG decided to gift the ladies with some sneakers. The ladies who were at the yoga session were very happy. Then she goes to the ladies that weren't at the yoga session, which was Ayanda, Lakonko, and Mabusi. She starts going to Ayanda, comes in, smiles, all happy, and I have a gift for you. Ayanda, y'all guys know Ayanda, she likes things. So she's kind of hyped about getting a gift. She opens the box. Oh wow, it's sneakers. And then in her confessional, I think that's what you call it, in her confessional, she was like, these sneakers are not Dolce & Gabbana, they're not LV, they're not what. And in my opinion, couldn't you just be happy for the sneakers? Like, come on. Which she did seem happy, but at the same time, she's like, it wasn't a name brand. And we know Ayanda on that show is all about name brands. She's dripping always in name brands. Of course, she calls herself Madam. So Ayanda's not too happy that it's not a name brand, but we move. And then she goes to Lakonko. Lakonko is overly excited. She's like, oh girl, these are my types of shoes. Thank you, I love them. And then she goes to Mabusi. Now with Mabusi, we know that Homoto and Mabusi have had some kind of tit for tat, which I think Homoto did start it herself by calling Mabusi a wig snatcher, and Mabusi did not appreciate that, and that's where the drama came in. So she came to Mabusi, came there all smiley. Mabusi has something for you. Mabusi opens it and she's like, oh wow. And her confession was like, oh wow, I didn't expect shoes from KG, since we have our ongoing tension. And then KG decides to apologize. I don't know how genuine the apology was though, because at first Mabusi was just like, I did not like the fact that you called me a wig snatcher. Then KG she was just like, I don't remember calling you a wig snatcher. Why would I apologize for something I did not do? And then Mabusi was just like, but you did say it. And Real Housewives, they're gonna play that clip back where they show us that KG in fact did call Mabusi a wig snatcher. So KG ends up apologizing. Oh, if that's what I did, I apologize to you, blah blah blah. Just want to brush this under the rug and let's move. Mabusi accepts it. Mabusi says the apology was very sincere. And as KG said at the end of that segment of the show, and we live happily ever after. I don't know how genuine her apology was, but we'll see in the next episode, because KG, we know KG very well. She can end up starting something with Mabusi again. So on the last day of the trip, the ladies decide to go-karting. Just something, I wouldn't say light, but just something very light in the atmosphere, because there was a lot of tension in previous episodes. So just something light, something fun, something that they can do all together. So they go-karting. And the only person that didn't go-karting was Mabusi. Mabusi was just like, that ain't my thing. Angithan mini go-karting. She was like, I don't like go-karting. Go-karting bores me. It's not my thing. Sat there, videoized the whole thing, and she was fine. Nothing much happened there. They were just go-karting, competing with one another. It was just chilled. It was okay. It was like grand. And then Lakonko and Sarisha, after the go-karting, decide to host a lunch. Of course, what's Real Housewives without drama, without tension? I personally love Real Housewives for the drama and for the tension. I don't want to be seeing them go-karting. No, that ain't fun. I want to see the drama. So Sarisha and Lakonko, as I said, hosted a lunch. Before they head back to Durban, they're just going to eat some lunch and then head back to Durban. Sarisha decides to gift all the ladies with some prezzies, and Lakonko's just sitting there like, child, I'm not feeling okay right now. And I'm not saying okay like she was crying and stuff like that. She was mad. She was pissed. She was like, I'm gonna come for someone's wig today. And so I think she told Sarisha, she interrupted Sarisha while she was talking. She's like, as you can see, I'm not smiling. Wada. It's because Annie purposely did not bring my candles. And everyone was just like, okay. And you can tell that she caught Annie off guard. She caught Annie off guard because Annie did not expect that. But then let me tell you, child, Annie, she was not the one on that day, because she even took her glasses and she was like, you know what? Lakonko's exact words were like, you purposely lit my candles in Durban. I would have given you guys presents, but then right? And then Annie was like, no, I did not leave your candles in Durban. I told you that I was busy. I told you this and that. And Lakonko was just like, oh, I have messages. The lady said this. Until Annie picked them up. It's either the lady was drunk or what. And Annie was like, whoa, hold up. She took off her glasses and was like, no. You're not going to come for me like that. I did not purposely take your candles. Something about her sister took the candles and what's not and what's whatever. Like, the couples weren't communicating. For me, when I was watching that episode, I was also confused as to where are the candles, who took the candles, why didn't the candles get to the Midlands, and why is Lakonko mad? Come on, it's just candles and you can still gift them after the trip in Midlands. So Annie was just like, I'm not having it today. Told Lakonko off, told her this and that. And then eventually Lakonko is just like, something about emotional intelligence, which I don't know where it fits in, because I'm telling you I didn't leave your candles on purpose. Because you want to be smart of me, you're not going to tell me about emotional intelligence. And I think that's when Annie became more defensive. It's just like, I was today, because KG even said in her confessional, Annie seemed like she wanted to fight. And then KG tries to pitch in, and I think she asked why were the candles left, and before she even said anything, Lakonko was just like, Tula. And KG was just like, Haibo, young Tulisa. Like, I'm a grown-ass woman. Why would you be telling me to keep quiet? Like, I'm asking a general question, although I feel like KG was trying to gaslight Laqongo, and as we know, KG does gaslight situations. So I felt like she wanted to gaslight Laqongo so Laqongo can be more angry. And of course, she saw that Annie was already angry. So in that situation, you can see very well that OKG was enjoying the tension because she was even laughing throughout, and you can see that I don't know if they're not vibing with Laqongo like that, but they definitely do have some kind of issue. And then KG and Laqongo end up having kind of an argument, kind of a tit for tat. You know, Laqongo was not having KG, and she was like, hey, back to Annie, this is the person I'm focusing on. And then at the end of that discussion, Annie was just like, I don't appreciate accusations. You know, she really made a statement though there. She was just like, I don't appreciate you telling me I stole candles. It wasn't something, it was an accusation. And the whole argument just stopped like that. And she was like, okay, we can enjoy our food. Took the fork and knife and started enjoying her food. So I felt like Laqongo was kind of overreacting. I don't know why. And then the fact that you're telling us about emotional intelligence, it kind of gives off the whole thing that you are, I don't know what's the right word. She's looking down on Annie in terms of emotions, because we're still going to talk about the lunch that they had. We're going to come there where she was just like to Annie, she's emotionally stable, what. So I just feel like she was kind of looking down on Annie in terms of emotion, because I kind of get where Annie was coming from, because Laqongo did not come in a calm way. She did come out guns blazing, and I think it was fair enough for Annie to also come guns blazing. Like, we grown women. If you want to come guns blazing, I'm also going to come guns blazing. Okay? Then after that argument, Ayanda has to quickly rush back home because she just received news that her mom is in ICU, so she leaves all of them. And then after that, we see Annie go house hunting. You know, not really the most interesting thing personally for me, just watching someone go house hunting. As I said, I watch Real Housewives for the drama and for the suspense, not mainly for the cat fights. Okay, I'm lying. Sometimes for the cat fights, but I don't want to be seeing people by a house hunt. No. I want to see where the party is at, and that's with the other girls. So we see Annie house hunting. After that, we go to Laqongo. We see Laqongo exercising, and then she receives a call from Annie. Annie says, you know what, we left on a very bad foot. I was hoping that we can meet so we can actually properly discuss this. And, you know, Annie did seem really genuine. She seems like that type of person where I really want to talk to you now. So when I see you later with other girls, I don't want it to be awkward or I don't want any more tension. So Annie did call her, told her that, and Laqongo was like, oh, okay, great. Annie seems like a very genuine person. And yeah, then after that, Annie and Laqongo go for dinner. It wasn't the kumbaya that we were all hoping for. The dinner did quickly turn left, but it quickly gathered itself at the same time and it turned right. And at that dinner, Laqongo starts again with the whole emotional intelligence thing, or emotionally stable. And I mean, at the dinner, Annie was just coming there to clear the air. Whether they agreed to disagree would be fine. But Laqongo kept on emphasizing on the whole, your emotions were this and that. I'm a very emotionally stable person. I don't get angry. I don't do this. Your tone was wrong. This and that. And Annie was just really like in her confessionals. Why? Like, she was like, I'm really over this conversation. Because Laqongo kept on telling her that she must check herself when her emotions come up in something. And she was also like, regarding to Annie, she was culture shocked. And Annie was just like, what the fuck? I was also watching it. I was just like, what the fuck? It's either you just learned that word culture shock, or you're waiting for the day uzolikhipha le gama. Because I was just like, us arguing about candles and culture shock. Where does it meet? Kungena. And she was just like, she's culture shocked because Annie came at her like a bit too much. And I was just like, Annie had the right to come at her as too much because you also came at her not in a calm way. So she was just like, Annie must learn to be emotionally stable, must learn to keep her emotions in check. And it sounded a bit condescending, to tell her that. But then we move, and was just like, oh, I move, I don't have time for this. And they didn't really deal with the situation at the dinner table. I don't remember them talking about the candles. It was also again swept under the rug. They were talking about something else, or something that Lokongo wanted to talk about. And honestly, Lokongo did not seem sorry. As Annie said, in other words, she said Lokongo actually waited. I think she was pondering on what she was going to say at the lunch. So it was like a rehearsed thing that I'm going to say at the lunch. And, Annie was just like, she doesn't really seem sorry. She came here to tell me about emotional intelligence and emotionally stable. That's who I am, bitch. You don't know me, I don't know you, and I mean, I was also just like, personally for me, I wouldn't even have called her for lunch or dinner or whatever. I would have left it at that. Then the next time I see her, I was going to tell her that about emotional intelligence, nah, we're not going to do that today. I was literally going to tell her that. And, we were two grown women, and let's call it a day. After that, Sarisha called Ayanda. I think she called Ayanda just to check up on Ayanda. I absolutely love Sarisha. Sarisha is the kind of friend you need. Sarisha is very caring. She's very affectionate, and what I see, she treats everybody the same. So she's mainly the one that's gonna call up on the ladies. I haven't talked to who in a long time. Let me call them, let me check up on them, let me ask them how's life. So she did call Ayanda, just to check up on Ayanda. Hi, how are you? The last time I saw you was in the Midlands. Last time I heard your mom was in ICU. And then Ayanda broke the news to Sarisha that, oh, my mom is, after 3 days in the ICU, my mom passed away. And she genuinely seemed as someone who was hurt, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry, and all that. So I absolutely love Sarisha. She's not messy, she's hardly in arguments, and she's just someone that you really need in your life. Okay, and in that episode, I don't know if I'm jumping situations, but I hope everything is in a timely order, or everything is in the correct timeline. If not, you're gonna just have to bear with me. It is my first review, so as time goes on, I'm gonna be better and better and better. So Sarisha calls Homoto, and she calls Annie. She calls who first? I think she calls Homoto. I don't know, between the two child, she called Homoto and added Annie in the call. And then she first called Homoso just to check up on her, said the same thing. Last time I heard of you, or I checked up on you, was when we were in the Midlands. And then she said, let me add Annie. She adds Annie, and then at that conversation, she was just like, let's go out boxing. And because I think she wouldn't have brought that situation to Abo no, they are not the brand for that. It is mainly KG and Annie that are more into exercising, into sports, into this, into that. We know Homos was into sports because child, in every episode, which hallelujah, in this episode, she wasn't just like, my husband Otwa the legend. Obviously we know she's into sports like that. So she calls the two of them for boxing. They go to boxing. We can see them training, boxing. And then at the end of that, obviously they have to chit chat, kind of gather everything, kind of talk about what happened at Midlands. So Sarisha asked Annie, what happened at Midlands, are you and Lekonko fine, things like that. And then Annie was just like, you know what, I actually met up with Lekonko. And they were very shocked, like, oh, you've met up with Lekonko already? What did you guys talk about? And Annie was just like, oh, child. Lekonko was still up on about, I talk with my hands so much, I do this, I do that. And that's who I am. And she doesn't get it, and blah, 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 blah. Things like that. And the ladies did laugh when Annie was just like, I like talking with my hands. And Sarisha actually said in her can't remember the name. Sarisha did say that, that's who Annie is. Annie is someone that generally just talks with her hands. So Annie was just like, she said, I don't know the way I reacted and all that and blah, 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 blah. Lekonko's just Lekonko. So we move on from that, and then we see Ayanda Kwani. So we see Ayanda, she has short hair now because of the passing of her mom, and they just show us pictures and snippets of the funeral. And she told us that she was in Joburg, and then after 3 weeks she finally came back to Durban, and she was like, oh, it's daunting, this and that. My mom was the pillar, my mom was the head of the family, and then they show us Ayanda's home, which she had a very lengthy chat with her brother about their mom and about the brother's dad, and with a lengthy chat with her siblings, her 5 siblings. So she has 3 brothers and 1 sister. They were just talking about getting cleansed and all that. And then after that, Sarisha again calls Ayanda just to check up, that, are you okay? Are you fine after your mom's funeral? And Ayanda's just like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm this and that. And then after that whole segment, we go into Sarisha inviting Ayanda for kind of like a boho picnic at her house. Ayanda says she's gonna come, but then Sarisha at the same time was like, I don't expect much. If she doesn't come, it's fine. If you can come, it's okay. I'm fine. I understand the situation. So we move on from that, and we are at Sarisha's house. So at Sarisha's house, all the ladies come. They're just in a really chilled, boho chic kind of look. It was Sarisha, it was Lekonko, not so boho chic, but she looked absolutely beautiful. Then came KG, also going to the theme of boho. Then we had Nongo. It was, I don't know, can I say it's boho? Boho with heels. So she came with boho with heels, but she was still very dressed down from here to the bottom, except the heels. And then we had Annie, absolutely beautiful. She was like, oh, this is my kind of thing. Very boho, very chic. And then they just had a little picnic at Sarisha's house, and that's where the whole episode ended. For episode 9, where they were at Sarisha's house, just chitting and chatting. Sarisha telling them about Ayanda, telling them, let's keep Ayanda in our prayers, let's keep Ayanda in our spirits as her mom has passed away. And then that's where the episode ends. That's the end of my chit chat about the Real Housewives of Durban review. Please give me a big thumbs up if you liked my video, just so other people can see it, YouTube can recommend it. Please don't forget to subscribe. It's absolutely free. Don't forget to comment down below. Give me some tips if you have some tips about my review or this and that, because it is my first review and I tried really hard, and I just tried to get a long episode and give you, the important points and things that you would want to hear. And I love you guys for watching, and see you guys in my next review and in my next YouTube video. If you haven't, please go and watch my other YouTube videos, and thank you. Bye.